Peace and love, fragrance family. Welcome back to another video. So as y'all already know, we're gonna get into the top 10 most complimented fragrances of 2025. I mean, I'm the first fragrance critic that do this video this entire year. So make sure y'all sub to the channel, like the video, and comment what's y'all favorite fragrance of this video. So let's get into it.
Everyone knows that I mess around. Surely that don't mean that you can't hold it down.
All right, fragrance family, let's go and tap in and get into it. So, top 10 most complimented fragrances of 2025. As I mentioned, I'm the first fragrance critic to jump up here and do this. We've been here 2 weeks in. We've been wearing fragrances every day. You get compliments, you get likes, you understand if somebody like it or not. You understand what you like. Let's go ahead and get into it. What we waiting for? You know what I'm saying? First thing on the list, I got to get the cat out the bag. The most sexiest, hottest, spiciest pepper fragrance of 2025 is going to be none other than Ralph Lauren Polo Red. I mean, when you talk about hot fragrances, it don't get no hotter than this. Like, this shit smell like a Szechuan pepper. Like, I think they got like 2 or 3 different type of pepper notes in this fragrance. Super spicy, a little bit sweet, but mainly just spicy, and it's just hot and spicy. It's like you got a hot ass sweet pepper, but you fragrance-ized it, basically, and made it this sexy, spicy. It's like you smell it, like, damn, it smells like a pepper, like a legitimate Szechuan pepper. Like, it really doesn't smell anything different than a Szechuan pepper, but with the sexier, sweeter notes. Ralph Lauren Polo Red, this gets an 8 out of 10 for me. As strange as it is, people seem like they really gravitate towards this one. I mean, this is just one of them ones, you know what I'm saying? So y'all tap in with Ralph Lauren Polo Red. Up next, we got from the house of Azzaro, and we got Azzaro, the Most Wanted. This is always going to be a big deal in the fragrance community. It's always going to be a big deal. It's just this classic, sweet, sexy, aromatic fragrance. It's green a little bit with the aromatics, a little bit herbal, a little bit slightly soft spicy, and sweet with the amber. And man, this is one of the most complimented fragrances, period. Like Azzaro Most Wanted, you can't really get any more compliments from a fragrance than this. Like, they might choose this over a Bleu de Chanel. You see what I'm saying? This might get chosen more than Bleu de Chanel. It's just a more sexier, masculine, sexier, sweeter, masculine scent. So if you ain't got this yet, time to get with it or get lost. Now I'm gonna hit y'all with a curveball. Up next, from the house of Giorgio Armani or Emporio Armani, we got Armani Code Ultimate. So this little, I would think this is a 30 mil. I copped a while ago, and it is, man, bro. This fragrance has that original like Armani DNA. Like a strong, fresh aqua scent, but it has like a deep richness. It's like there's like some patchouli, maybe even a little bit of oak moss. Just enough sweetness, not an overpowering sweetness, but like a dull sweetness that makes it a little bit more, it makes the sweetness a little bit insecure, that it needs more of the woody background in it, but it's just enough sweetness to satisfy you. And man, it's super sexy. Like, this only get pulled out date night specifically. So if you're looking for a sweet, sexy, top 10 most complimented date night fragrance, this should be on the list. From the house of Armani Code Ultimate. Up next on the list, from the house of Lattafa. You gotta have a list, you gotta have a Lattafa. And it's from the house of Rave Now. As I mentioned, it makes every video family for a reason. It's a sweet, sexy pineapple fragrance. Pineapple is one of the most sexiest notes you can smell off of a masculine man, and it's just sexy. It's just one of them fragrances that's going to protrude, project, and it just is a fruity, woody combination. And it has a pink pepper note, sexy, stupid sexy. Raved now by Lattafa. Up next on this, if we talking about compliment getting, this fragrance I worn it about 3 or 4 times already. You got to have it. The original OG Invictus Aqua. I don't know what's going on with the blur, and as you can see, my bottle's seen better days. But it's the OG for a reason. Just that sexy, fresh, sweet DNA that's just been so loved over all these years, and it's still fresh and sexy to this day. The original OG. Man, I wouldn't give up this fragrance ever. It's just the most beautiful, sexiest thing that you could ever have. Invictus Aqua 2016 is just one of them ones. Next, we got on the list from the house of Missoni, and this one is Missoni Wave. And when you talk about most complimented fragrance, they just love this sweet, sexy, aquatic fragrance. This is just a one that you should have. This is a daily driver for most people that has some good thinking skills. This should be your daily driver for at least 2 to 3 weeks going on in the summer season. It just doesn't really get a lot better. Super fresh, super sexy, a little bit different with the lavender, and it's just beautiful. It's just it's created its own DNA. It is similar to the designers like Blue de Chanel, Versace Poiron, Versace Eros, not Versace Eros, but Versace Eau Fraiche a little bit, got that freshness in it. But it stands alone with the uniqueness with the lavender and how it's used. It's like a big dose of lavender. You can smell it. But it's surrounded by this sweet aquatic. It's super sexy, man. You gotta get with it or get lost. Sincerely. Missoni Wave, one of them ones. Up next on the list is going to be from the house of Prada. And this is going to be Luna Rossa Sport. And as you can see, I have literally dibbled and dabbled in this a little bit too much. And it's because of the compliment factor in this fragrance. It just has a sexy, unique approach. It's sporty, it's sexy, it's fun, it's a little bit, it gives you some energy, and it has a dull sweetness to it that attracts. It's just got the opening is a little bit tough to get along with, but after you give it about 13 to 15 seconds, it shows that Prada fresh Irish DNA, and then it starts to get in some aquatic, it's like an aquatic Irish scent, but done in a very sexy, masculine, woody, patchouli-ish type of way. Man, this is one of them ones. It's just gonna do you right every time, make you spend the night. You see what I'm saying? Spicy delight. Up next on the list from the house of Maison Alhambra, wouldn't be a list without this. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is number 8, Alpine Home Sport. And it's what it is. It's not Blue de Chanel, it's the Chanel Allure Homme Sport flanker. And it's sexy. The main thing you're gonna get from this is that spicy pepper mixed with that it's like a neroli, I believe it is, and it is super cute, super sexy how they mangled that lavender and that neroli together, almost similar to the Missoni Wave. I gotta do a research on which one of these came out because these are kind of really similar in scent profile. So if you know something about that, leave it down in the comments below. You know what I'm saying? But this one is done a little bit more sexier than the Missoni itself. I think it leans a little bit more sharper. I think the Missoni Wave is a little bit more softer. And I think this one might garnish you just maybe 1 or 2 compliments less than the Missoni Wave because of how soft it comes across and not as harsh. But just depends on the type of individuals that you're getting complimented from. See what I'm saying? This, if you want to get an all-around compliment without offending anybody, this gonna get you them. Damn, what you wearing? This gonna get you. Hey man, you smell good. Yeah, baby, what you got on? See what I'm saying? This is the one that's gonna get you them. This right here, it's like, damn, make you think of, it's the different. So check out Alpine Sport from the House of Mason Alhambra. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 9 on the list. Don't get mad at me for this, y'all. But I gotta swing back to the House of Af 9 and go with Taraki Brown. It doesn't get sexier than YSL Tuxedo Flanker. To me, YSL Tuxedo is one of the sexiest fragrances that Yves Saint Laurent has dropped, and it's done such a beautiful way. And I don't think that there's a lot of fragrances that really can top that. And I think this clone is one of the best clones of Tuxedo in general. It's so sexy how it's done. It's mass appealing. Everybody's gonna like it. And it's a super sexy, original, newer type of fragrance. It just gets the job done, family. It just gets the job done. Last but not least at all, for the last most complimented fragrance of 2025. What y'all think it is, family? What do y'all think it is? I had to go back to my archives for this one. It's none other from the House of Fragrance World, and it is Parfum Dome Sport. You gotta have it. If you don't have it by now, that's your fault. You gotta have it. It's just the compliment Dior Home Sport Intense. I mean, Dior Home Sport Intense is crazy, but it's just the compliment magnet, a clone of Dior Home Sport, and it is intense, man. It's sexy. It's super out to hit it. Ola Bantam Pink Pepper, and it's just one of them ones. It is. One of them ones is basically the term saying that you need to go get it, nigga. See what I'm saying? 10 out of 10 fragrance. You just want something light, gonna do you right. Throw this on. 5 or 6 hours is gonna last you. That's more than enough time to do whatever you got planned. I promise you. If it's not, put it in the travel size and get you another one and spread it in the next 7 hours when it dries down. See what I'm saying? Just gonna get the job done, family. That's gonna do it for this video. I love each and every one of y'all. Keep running them numbers up. Keep liking, keep subscribing. Peace and love, man.
Everyone knows that I mess around. Surely that don't mean it.